Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about, you know, guilted for not choosing. Oh well, aren't you going to go choose who's going to become the Reich elder? No. Why not? Cuz I don't get into choosing. I don't choose anyone who I don't choose the Force Setter. I don't choose the Winnemolt or the Folkmolt. I don't choose the Reich Elder or the Winnemolt or the Folkmolt. I don't choose the Earldom Elder or the Folkmolt or the High Devers. And I don't choose the Burrow Elder and the Folkmolt and the High Devers. Well, you should. You know, you gotta stop the bad folks from taking all our rights and freedoms away. The bad folks. Yeah, they always tell you you gotta stand up for what you believe in. You have to choose. You gotta keep the bad folks that want to take our rights and freedoms away from us. They want to take our folk right away from us. First off, the bad folks, as you call them, cannot take one's freedoms or rights away from them. You know, there's the Bills of Rights, and there's a bunch of other things in the Gavra law moat and the Reich law moats and the Earldom law moats and the Near law moats that make it where someone can't take anyone's right or freedom away from them. So why the hell does everybody always get frightened and tell everybody these boosterings and showings? You gotta go out and choose. You gotta choose your right for the right to get work, your right to be the right for your worship, your right for your right to free speech, your right for work. Why the fuck do they make that to be like that everybody's gonna lose all those rights? You can't lose a freedom. You can't lose a right. You know? So why do they always make out to be that way? I mean, they always make it out to be like that there's someone out there who, is lying to everyone, who wants to get chosen as the Force Setter, the Reich Elder, the Earldom Elder, the Burrow Elder, who's like, once I get in, I'm going to start taking all their rights and freedoms away from them. Like, who the fuck do they think? Do they think there's someone out there that wants to become a high leader or something? Or some overlord or something like that, or some king or kaiser, or something like that? Do they truly believe there's someone out there like that? Is that why they frighten us all to choosing? I mean, if someone wants to choose, they should choose because they want to, because they believe in whoever is standing for, you know, for Setter, Reich Elder, Earldom Elder, or Burrow Elder, or whatever. Not that they're frightened their freedoms and rights are going to be taken away by someone else. They always got to guilt someone for why you didn't choose. I don't like that. You know, a lot of folks always like to talk about how folk rights, everybody has the right to choose for their law moat. Well, if you don't want to choose who runs your Gaver, Reich, Earldom, and Near law moat, or your kin law moat for some folks, then that should be your right too. No one should be guilting anyone, making anyone feel sad or ashamed. I don't like that. I was never into it. Alright? And I know the guilting and the shaming comes in. Yeah, well, if everyone didn't do that, well, you know what? Thank God not everyone does that. The folks that want to go out and choose, that's their own business. Great for them. You know, if they want to choose, great for them. But I sure hope they're not choosing out of fear of losing their rights and freedoms or something. And I hope that someone didn't guilt them and shame them into doing it, because that would be even sad. And let's be earnest about it. It's not like my word is going to be heard over many other folks' words. At the end of the day, not at the end of the day don't mean how many folks choose. A lot of their word never gets heard. Their choosing never ships, never really upsets the apple cart. It doesn't, make the snowball roll down or anything like that. Doesn't really shift that much in the choosing. of either the Forsetter, the Reich Elder, the Earldom Elder, or the Borough Elder. You know, things tend to just keep the same, no need who you choose. Yeah, they might come up with some new oversights. You know, they might have to make new bills into laws, yeah. They might name new folks to head up lawmo teams. But at the end of the day, not really that much, doesn't really shift that much. Except you had a say in who was running your law moat. But I don't really care about that. I don't like choosing. I never was into choosing. And I would be thankful if folks would stop the whole shaming and guilting thing. Or, that's what they do. Well, I just thought you would. You know, I thought you would, be all into that, essentially live in a folk Reich and everything. I mean, I thought everyone in a folk Reich, like choosing. But I just thought you would. But here's the thing, you can't scave if you didn't choose. Hey, I don't care if I choose or don't choose. I have the right to scave anyone if I need anyone for what they do wrong, even if I didn't choose them or not. Everyone is a man-like, woman-like being. They make mistakes. They should be answerable for what they say and what they do. And guilt and shame, and scathe for it if they did wrong. But at the end of the day, I don't really care. At least I don't really care. It's not really that fun. Oh, go to one of the choosing houses. Go one of the choosing tools. Pick one of them. Oh, here's a sheet. You can send it through the wire. Yeah. And unlike most of the time, yeah, like I want to do that shit. I'm not into it. Forget it. I'm not going to be choosing who's going to become the Reich Elder. So we can just forget that. Just like I didn't choose who became the Forsetter, and I didn't choose who became the Earldom Elder, and I didn't choose who became the, Borough Elder. Or should I say near Elder? I don't know. I mean, this whole thing about you gotta guilt folks, you gotta shame folks into choosing. You gotta frighten them and tell them that their way of life, their freedoms, their rights, whatever is going to be taken away by someone else out there. You gotta give them some grounds to do it. And then there's the whole mudslinging bullshit, which I don't think should be in lawmaking at all, but there is. It's when everybody goes around. It's when either the two folks who are standing for Borough Elder or Earldom Elder or Reich Elder or Forsetter, then they take shifts scathing someone else for something else wrong that they said or did, or something they might do wrong, and then hope that makes folks say, oh, I don't want to be with him. I'm going to be with so-and-so because they weren't guilty of this. Well, I don't want to choose so-and-so now because the other side said they're guilty of this. Well, I keep away from that shit. Scathe me if you want for not choosing. It is what it is. I got that right. It goes both ways. Anyway, that's all the time I got here. If you like this film, follow me over here at Short and Long Show. Watch the last film I made yesterday over here. I Jordan Long, and I'll see you later. Bye.